Halfgate, an otherwise unremarkable pit stop that marked the eastern border of the Great Stone Plains. Due to the Stone Sea's great quakes, the village of Plainsgate was bisected, half of its buildings falling deep into the cavern below. From that point forward, it was known as Halfgate. It's gonna take 4 days, practically.
I heard talk of the destruction of the Edict, but this is so much worse than I imagined.
Have keen ears. Can Sage also hear humans choke death cries beneath blood-smeared rubble? Den place reeks of urine, sweat, grit, and tears. Has become gaping maw, waiting to swallow own raw-boned, mad humans.
Maybe it's the ink talking, but that oddly makes me feel better.
Wow, an actual back and forth between two characters in the real-time dialogue. Speaking of which, I'm gonna want to customize... No, actually, that's fine. Yeah, she replaced the other melee character, so she more or less fits in right there. Maybe have them side by side? Not unreasonable. I don't know how to do formations. I'd have a better idea of how to, for formations if I had more characters, I think. Whoa! You can right-click and rotate your formation when you're placing it on the screen. How weird is that? Huh. That's a cool detail. I don't know how often it'll come up as being useful, but it's a cool detail. It looks like we're doing... Nah, I was gonna say it looks like we're dealing with terraced plains, because we have a bunch of separate flat surfaces all in layers, which is often symptoms of like a riverbed or something like that, where the river keeps changing heights, so there's a bunch of series of terraces based on the different depositional environments. But this place is... part of its story is about having a giant series of earthquakes, so these are probably just supposed to be fissures and so on, as faults settle and rise and thrust, and various parts of it are just kind of... Yep, that building really seals the deal there, besides the Stone Edict itself. And the talk of destruction. This isn't about terraces. Although the mud cracks really do fit with the terrorist idea. I'm saying terrorist as in T-E-R-R-A-C-E-D, not terrorist as in, like, explosions and murder and things. Scarlet Chorus, ready your blades, say we bathe in the blood and victory. The disfavored lurk and creep in the shadows of tall rocks. They think we don't see them, but we're going to grind them into dust. We'll cleanse the disfavored from these lands, our lands. We'll burn them with scarlet blood before the morrow. Ah, Fatebinder. Welcome to Halfgate. We can't stay to speak. There is war to be waged, unless, of course, you're interested in joining us. Well, I am... what are you talking about? Come now, come now. Are you saying you don't look at... saying we don't look at Fatebinder? Clearly we're a brave and noble war party. He licks a rancid tongue over his grayed teeth. We're headed to Jagged Maw to crack a few skulls. Luckily for us, a group of disfavored have holed up in the shrine. It's past due we properly welcome them into a quick death. He scratches a pustule on the lobe of his one ear. To be honest, I'm just excited to rip a few throats out. So he's just a mess, huh? His teeth are rotting and he's got like pustules and things on him. That's not a happy time. Jagged Maw. This jagged outcropping of rocks is considered sacred land of the Stone Sea's beast tribes. Ah, it's sacred to the beast tribe. To fight that is favored. I wonder where the beasts are going to enter this situation here. Fear with Barrack. The prospect is abhorrent. We should be rid of these savages at once. Yep, I don't know why you're still with me, Barrack. I really don't know. I mean, you're invaluable to the party, so I want you to stay, because you're the tank, and you're like the only one, because my character's not built that way, despite kind of saying I would when I started making him. But yeah, you shouldn't... We're gonna fight your own people, again, which is really all we've done since we rebelled against your people in the first place. Why are you still here? I'd invite you to try, my fine-plated and reeking friend, but as I've said, I've no time for play. He grins wild and unabashed. The real question is, will the Fatebinder be following us? First tell me about this place, the shrine. Jagged Maw Shrine is sacred land to the local beast tribe due to the site's particular crystal formations. I, however, have my eyes on a more alluring trophy, one forged of flesh and blood and the screams of my enemies. You'll need me to avoid unnecessary casualties. I might as well join you. Good on you, Fatebinder, good on you. Well, as much as I enjoy conversing with you, I have to set off. My war party's getting antsy. I'll be looking forward to spilling blood with you soon, Fatebinder. Sounds like we might finally get another chance to look at the, what is it, there's a loading screen that keeps showing up with, like, purple crystals everywhere, and it seems like this might be it, if it's the Edict of Stone and everything. So it's Jagged Maw Shrine, where's that? Meet Tangled Limb and his war party at Jagged Maw Shrine, which is not here, apparently. He went off somewhere else. And with Barrack, I just got Blade Grave's Grasp. A powerful attack that traps nearby enemies in twisted spires of rock, petrifying them for a short time. That's neat. A bunch of crush damage. Cannot be pushed or prone for 8 seconds. But they get petrified. Huh. That's a second cool attack that character can use now. Might have to start using some of these with Guy. He's got a few abilities now. It's slowly perking up the list. Let's see, Defender's Charge. This is the one where I launched to it. I launched to an ally. So these will be the attacks. There's the heal off on the end. The Phalanx stance. He doesn't have other stances, so it's kind of. I don't know. I actually don't know how to remove things from the bar. I don't know how to. I know how to replace them, and that's it. Oh well. It's kind of unnecessary to put there, but I don't have enough I don't have enough skills for that character for it to matter yet. The spellcasters have such crowded bars, and the melee characters are so deficient in that aspect. I should probably press forward and deal with whatever's here first before I go back, although I could just go back. Yeah, you know what? I can just do that right now. We can explore this place afterwards. Let's check out Jagged Maw Shrine. Let's see. Jagged Maw is a well-trafficked area close to the outskirts of the region and a short distance from the region's few settlements. Beastmen have been fascinated with the area since Charon's fall and the formation of the Stone Sea. Believing the unusual rock formations to be tied to the dying Archon they revere, the heavy human presence here has driven them off, which has only increased tensions between them and the local settlers. Everyone gets more skills just for showing up. Yay. These guys are fighting? Oh, this is a tiny screen. Look at this. This is the whole level. It's Cadus and Tangled Limb. What are they doing right now? Crescent Runner. There's a few different teams here. Let's go ahead and quick save. Hooah! Sorry for the ambush unannounced, but we thought a surprise would be the best way to celebrate this fine occasion. You see, today is the day you died, Disfavored. We've come to paint the rocks with your blood. Now, I won't fault you or name you cowards if you wish to beg a swift death. I mean, it's plain as day a horrific, torturous end awaits you otherwise. Oh, alright, regardless. What's plain as day is that the chorus is made up of dumb shits. You think your numbers are anything but decent odds for a squad of the best damn disfavored, decide a stalwart. Noticing your approach, the lieutenant stiffens. A Fatebinder. Here. Is this how you plan to beat us, Tangled Limb? So I can side with the chorus. Or I can reacquaint everyone with the fact that I am a member of the courts and so on. Yep. Tangled Limb's plans aside, I am an adjudicator of the courts. It is within my jurisdiction to freely step in or out, or not, as I decide. Come now, this isn't the sort of dispute that can be settled peacefully, Fatebinder. I'm sure you well understand. Even in the presence of a sworn agent of Tunon, our dissatisfaction with these disfavored can only end in bloodshed. He tips his chin in a show of arrogance, and fastly building anger. And besides that, you and I both know your loyalties lie with the chorus, so why don't you drop this pretense to the others and let us go with it, get on with it. I can just say I want to see him sweat a little, or I say that my loyalty is to Tunon, which is true, or I can do the lore equivalent of basically the same dialogue, or I could go full Judge Dredd and go, I am the law. This war between the armies does not change the fact that any time the servants of two Archons draw blood, it falls within my jurisdiction. The disfavored officer shakes his head in disbelief. He squares his shoulder so hard it trembles the sword clenched in his hands. Damn me and Kairos' shit luck. I'll gut Radix if this mission doesn't kill me first. He lifts it and readies his sword, crouching into a battle stance as he shouts to his squad from over his shoulder. If you're not here to aid us, then I'd ask you to stay out of it, Fatebinder. Meddle in this affair, Tangled Limb agrees, and it'll be your end, Fatebinder. Our business has no need of an arbiter. We'll settle this dispute with blades and blood. However, if you must interfere, then I also must formally request your unbiased judgment before you twist the fates this day. He tips his staff at you, seething and only a hair's breadth from violence. The disfavored's greed for Cairn's power has made them a continued pox on this land. The chorus merely seeks to aid the struggling settlers of Halfgate by ridding them of this black stain. Aid us, and together we can end the disfavored's foul deeds. Hog shit. Cadus lifts his sword, ready to defend himself if necessary. The weight of his potential attack hangs heavy in the air, pressing a stiffness into his back and shoulders. Are you the sort of lying shitbags? Are these the sort of lying shitbags you'd like to align yourself with, Fatebinder? You know you can't trust them, and shit, past decisions aside, you don't have to help me either. I'd be happy to add my blade to the side of justice if it means me and my shields don't have to fight you. Let's see, I can say I fight for the Scarlet Chorus, prepare to die. The voices have authorized me to do as I deem needed, including killing weaklings like you, Tangled Limb, who can't get the job done. We're out in the middle of nowhere with no witnesses. What are you gonna do? Should I turn on you, Tangled Limb? You can't tattle to Narad if you're dead. Or you make a convincing argument, but I'd need a little more incentive to motivate me. Or just glare silently, which is often a reoccurring thing, and I would almost pick glare silently because of how sick of their bullshit I'm getting on both sides. Also, look, those are the purple crystals everywhere. That's the loading screen that they've been showing me since the beginning of the game. There might have been crystals in the first environment of the entire game too. It's been a while. I don't believe for an instant that Scarlet Chorus thinks that they're going to rid the land of the evil, disfavored, and bring good to it or anything, because I've seen how they treat everyone. Disfavored admittedly tend to kill prisoners, but the Scarlet Chorus tends to torture people and put them on spikes or force recruit them and so on. Neither of them are forces for good. I can ask for incentive, but that's compromising my position with the courts. So I'm just going to glare silently for now. See if they say anything else. Or maybe they'll just fight each other. I don't care who you fought or fucked in the past. Either stay out of this Fatebinder or help me and my squad survive. And I swear to you, I'll owe you my life. Enough words. I came to spill blood and tangle some limbs, and I plan to get on with it. Hog shit. Cadus lifts his sword, ready to defend himself if necessary. The weight of your potential attack hangs heavy in the air, pressing a stiffness into his back and shoulders. Don't do it, Fatebinder. Okay. That's the same dialogue again. Why is it? It seems odd that the dialogue seems to basically suggest that I can just watch them fight and see what happens, like I did that one time outside of a Scarlet Chorus camp when they fought each other. But it seems like all the dialogue practically points at me picking a side. And that's picking glare silently again, which is now gray, as if it's not going to do anything new. Maybe that'll just lead to the thing resolving itself. Because yeah, I don't currently... as Fatebinder, I'm not really given an example to side with one side or the other. In this particular case. And I think all the dialogue options are still the same. The main thing that happened is instead of the you make a good argument but I need incentive, it's now been replaced with I fight for the highest offer. How much would you wager my worth? Make it your bid and we'll see. But I'm not a judge for hire. So we're gonna glare again? Nope, it loops. That's frustrating. Alright. So, This is something I can work with then. Okay, so I can't be neutral here. I'm not going to act like a mercenary. So I think I'm actually going to be like, haha, Narat can't see what you're doing here, and go after Tangled Limb. If we're going for any level of justice at all, Tangled Limb is ambushing the disfavored here, so he's the aggressor. It's kind of stupid to try to argue anything at this point, but because I'm starting to think that Kairos' approach is to have the two of them fight each other, the fact that I keep helping the Scarlet Chorus means that this is probably a good time to fight the Scarlet Chorus to even the sides a little bit. If I can muddy the waters and lead to more destruction of both armies, then this whole thing could end more cleanly. Which is, by cleanly I mean with more blood, because the clean solution is to have both armies completely gone, because they're both just the worst. Also, this guy's swearing his fealty to me, which is amusing. We're out in the middle of nowhere with no witnesses. What are you gonna do should I turn on you, Tangled Limb? You can't tattle to Narat if you're dead. While I savor the thrill of a good threat as much as the next acquirement, I must admit I find little humor in your words, be it as they happen to be directed at me. He raises a blade in your direction, his gang steps closer, eager to flank you, quick to turn on the perceived threat. Do not fuck with me, Fatebinder, you will regret it. No, I won't. I probably won't. I'll probably kill you pretty quickly, actually. The disfavored officer barks a laugh and relaxes his stance, unspoken tension draining from his shoulders. He is clearly relieved at the thought of help despite his earlier bravado. Offer still stands. A one-time special. You guard my back, my shield will guard yours. Let's see. First two dialogue options are the same. Highest offer is still there. Now we have, what can I say? I feel like helping Cadis out. Or maybe I just want to watch you flounder as I fight against you, Tangled Limb. Fear with kills in shadow. Wrath of the Scarlet Chorus. Favor of the disfavored. I really am. I'm learning to hate the Scarlet Chorus. The gangster chortles in frantic disbelief. You can't tell if he appears more frightened or excited at the prospect. Were it not my neck on the line, I'd surely find your jest amusing, but as such, I must treat you as a foe, Fatebinder. He waves a hand to his war party, signaling his gang troops to close in on you. I can defuse the situation, say I take it back. I can say, I can shrug and say that merely my friendship is not free, suggesting that he needs to pay me. But no. But I will not let you refuse. Thank fucking Kairos. Alright, shields. Gut these pukes with extreme prejudice. Things got messy fast, huh? Quest failed. Battle at Jagged Maw Shrine. This is amusing. It's also a really tiny map. Okay, how many people are fighting here? Quest or no quest, I'm sure I can still do stuff here. There's one Scarlet Fury versus disfavored there. Two... Oh, yeah, we just really outnumber them, huh? It appears to be 3 versus 4 before I even got here. So this will be probably pretty brief. Okay. Might as well call in some attention. Get the defensive buff active. Get my main character with some armor penetration. We're not really going to get a chance to do my, ooh, what was that? Alright, that's the group attack. I'm not going to get a chance to do my stealth attack because we're forced into combat at plain sight. So then, let's swipe. We'll have to get in range, though. So maybe just attack normally first. There we go. Now I'll have a swiping opportunity. That's gonna hurt! Kills and Shadow's first attack. Claw swipe. 6 slashing, 13 slashing. Interrupted, Tangled Limb, and Horde. Oh! A new enemy enters the fray off in the distance. There's a variety of foes here. So if I use my new attack... Traps nearby enemies and twisted spires of rock, petrifying them for a short time. Who does it form around, though? I don't know where it generates from, necessarily. I'll give it a shot, though. It says to imply that it covers that giant circle. Whoa! That's a fun trick. These characters are in trouble now. Is this also once per rest? Yeah. I never use these abilities. Let's just do them. It'll be fun. They're petrified, and now they're covered in swords. Well, now you're all in trouble. You should probably go engage with that character, Mr. Tank, before we get in trouble. Yeah, this is gonna be brief now. This'll be brief. There's so many disfavored that we can't reach the Scarlet Chorus. That's some grade A pathing right there, by the way. Good job, AI. Well, there's a few people in my way? I can't do this. Yeah, they'll be down in a moment. Bye! Damn. Me and my shields owe you big, sir. He scratches the back of his neck just beneath his helm and clears his throat, clearly feeling somewhat abashed now that the fight's over. I've got to admit, I never in 100 years would have reckoned the Screamer's very own Fatebinder would aid a northern soldier like me. He shrugs heavy, iron-armored shoulders. Suppose I should just be happy to be alive. Survival sure can make this for strange bedfellows, huh? If you don't mind me asking, what's brought you to these parts? He tips his head to indicate the stone expanse behind him. Sure, she looks pretty, but she don't let those big peaks fool you. Oh, but don't let those big peaks fool you. The land's a tangle of danger. It's just satisfying to be able to attack the Scarlet Chorus for a bit, since I already decided to murder their leaders and betray them before, and literally couldn't get an option to when the decision was made. I'm a little salty about being forced to give them sacred information they shouldn't have. Let's see. So what are you and your squad doing here in the middle of the Stone Sea? Mission parameters are classified information, sir, but seeing as you saved my squad's hides, I'll tell you this. We were protecting my brother, Radix, and if you try to harm a hair in his head, I'll gut you myself. He grunts. It's my job to escort him to Cairn's body at Howling Rock, but then the Screamers ambushed us, so I had to send him on ahead. What exactly are these parts, and how are they dangerous? The Stone Stalkers call this place Jagged Shrine on account of the crystal formations. If the beastmen don't kill you, the constant quakes and steep drop-offs damn well will. This jagged outcropping of rocks is considered sacred land. Yeah, we've been over that. The beastmen consider this place to be some sort of shrine. Something about big elder teeth and a dead ancestor have made it sacred ground to them. Shit if I know, or care. The Shakers say it's a place with concentrated magic, and that's about as far as I understood it. Humans know nothing of beastwomen ways. Jagged Maw is hallowed land to Stonestalkers because land's rocks are ancient, are jutting, and mystic. The beastwoman snorts amused. The esteemed sage Quillborn lives briefly at Jagged Maw, and wrote extensively on the magical stones that line the area. The way tribes describe it, these magic stones were here before landfall of the Five Wives, so for all we know, the Azurliths could be as old as whoever built the old walls and the spire. If you must know, I seek to end the Edict of Stone. Glad I asked. The disfavored officer squints at you, his chin tips upward as he speaks. Do all Fatebinders go around spilling their secrets to anyone who listens? If you were one of mine and wagged your tongue like that, I'd make you clean the latrines with it, after I shit in them. Yeah, how about a little gratitude? I saved your life. He tips his head back and laughs, boyish and cocksure. Well, I'll admit you didn't help to end it. The Screamers were never a risk. But a Fatebinder, that's another matter. He sobers and stiffly shakes his head. I'll thank you again, and we'll walk away without quarrel. Outside of that, I've paid my debt. I can tell Kills in shadow to rip his hat off. Oh, it's really tempting. It's plenty tempting. But mostly just want to get past this. I may have a chance. I may need to fight them later, though. Yeah. It seems that if I go after... I'm probably gonna have to go after his brother, aren't I? And then he's gonna fight me at the same time, and that's just gonna be more problems. So if I took care of him now, it'd be easier. Or maybe we can talk about things as we go along. I'm just gonna pass on it for now. We never saw each other. He nods back and clangs a meaty fist against his bronze chest. It sure as shit won't be going into my mission report, but I'll warn you now. Should our paths cross again, I can't promise me my shields will be quite so friendly, understand? Farewell. Even up to that point, I could still say, I'm gonna kill you! Which is somewhat tempting. That was a brief little fight. Well, we still have a place to explore. Need to figure out what makes this place special. Also, whoa! Bodies abound. Scarlet Notebook. Believe we've already read that description before. Yeah, it's just talking about people that basically, like they draw pictures and stuff like that instead of writing, because they probably don't know how to write. Hello! The Blood Chanter Staff. Maybe put this over here for later scrutiny. Whoa, whoa, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Healing and Iron Brand. Definitely got stuff to look for around here. And I think this place will probably connect to other locations. It's so small, but they have implications of stuff being after it. So I figure as we leave, we probably have unlocked a new location to explore. So many bodies. The Stone Sea environment is harsh and unforgiving. Arid plant life is about all that can survive in these parts. Red moss. So what's your deal? Strange formation. This rocky protrusion is magical in origin. As Cairn roamed the Stone Sea during the conquest, it was rumored these structures like this were formed in his wake and contained traces of his essence. We can touch this monument, place our hands on the monument to learn the spell symbol of stone. Oh. Just like that, huh? That was abrupt. Oh my god, I have so many of these now. Okay. So here's our stone core. Invoking energy through the sigil of stone takes great force of will, as rock is not easily shaped to humans' desire. Perhaps the newest magical sigil of Terratus, the sigil of stone, was developed by disciples of the Archon Cairn. Since the Archon of Stone's destruction by Kairos' edict in the year 430 TR, the Earthshaker mages have devoted themselves to preserving Cairn's legacy and learning to harness the power of this obdurate sigil. We have Flesh to Stone. This is the single target spell. Oh, it's a petrification spell. Nice. The spell is very inaccurate. It can petrify an enemy, but has -20 accuracy. So you're going to want to compensate for that if you try to do that. This is my ranged single target spell, Stone Spike. 13 to 17 crush. Who am I focusing on right now? Can I focus on you specifically to compare to you? Guess not. So it's just the projectile. Chaotic Descent. This is the one that rains down on everybody at random, or it affects random people in the area at least. Jaws of the Earth. 21 to 25 pierce damage. Requires 100 lore. And just does a big ol' explosion of, does piercing damage and bleeding. Conjure a series of jagged slag spikes to rip through the ground in an area. Enemies struck by the spikes are impaled, taking pierce damage and left bleeding. It's too bad that, I kind of wish that Kills in Shadow had a little bit lore skill to compensate, because with the Beastmen's ties to stone magic, it'd be kind of nice to have to actually have them be an Earthshaker, basically. Material Force. Which one is this again? That's a weapon enhancement. Plus 15% crush damage on a hit for 45 seconds, and has a chance of inflicting prone every time you hit somebody. Oh, on critical hits. Interesting. Not a bad Not a bad buff to have. I don't know if I'm going to be equipping any stone spells right now, though. Still good to have, obviously. We get 5 control stone right on the spot just for the sake of that. Alright. Whoa. The entire party is about 1 tiny bit of quest progress or anything like that away from leveling up. That's nice. Aged planks of wood and withered rope are the only things keeping travelers alive while crossing the great chasms of the Stone Sea. Is this just a dead end over here? Looks like it. Don't have a lot of access points around here. I think all of these just lead back to the world map, don't they? Usually this kind of game, yeah, when you go to a location you might unlock access to new world map locations, but usually each individual exit just leads to more exits to the world map. And there's no implication of a new location. So what happened here? Did betraying the chorus somehow lead to me not getting access to the shrine at all? Is what I'm wondering? Because I'm not really sure. It's kind of unclear. Can I not proceed? Is there nowhere to explore? Did I lock myself off from some content by just not siding with the right people? Because if so, that's a little frustrating. I figured I could just walk straight forward and go on my own little adventure without these assholes. Huh. Well, either way, we have to go back next. So I guess we'll continue forward.